Welcome to iSeen TV. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
We are all citizens of this country. Anybody can live anywhere in this country as long as you are a citizen of Nigeria. No illegal immigrant or occupant. Dr. Rueben Abati condemned the action of Lagos State government concerning the demolition of the complex in Trade Fair complex and other related demolition of buildings. Peter Obi also talks about this, and the senator from the southeast, they also lend their voice concerning what Lagos State government has done to the Igbos in Lagos. And the Arise TV crew also talks about the action of Lagos State government. Let's hear what he said concerning this issue. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks.
And I think that we should refrain ourselves, whatever may be the level of provocation, from referring to a Nigerian as a refugee or as an immigrant in his own country. The Constitution of Nigeria, Chapter 4, dealing with fundamental human rights, says, as a Nigerian, you can live anywhere. So this indigenous settler thing has to come to an end. And those who are going on social media referring to Igbos as immigrants in Lagos should know that they have the right to be in Lagos, just as where is that your village? Oh, okay, you are from Lagos Island. Okay, she is the one.
Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has criticized the demolition of commercial plazas at Lagos State's Trade Fair complex, alleging that the exercise violated due process despite traders holding valid approvals. The demolition carried out by multiple agencies, including the Ministry of Physical Planning, Lagos State Building Control Agency, Lagos State Urban Renewal Agency, and the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, targeted structures in the Ojo local government area. Peter Obi visited the Auto Spare Parts and Machinery Dealers Association section of the market on Tuesday, alongside several lawmakers, including Senator Ihinaya Abaribe of Abia South and Senator Victor Ume of Anambra Central. He commended the affected traders for their restraint in the face of their losses.
I've complained consistently all over the country. This is not a time, considering how difficult things are in this country, that such a thing should happen. At a time, most of the people who build this have borrowed money from bank at high interest rates. The business is no longer the way it is. It is at a critical time. You cannot do this now in this country. So it's happening at a time nobody would have dared do such a thing. And I urge the traders, let them exercise patience. We hear everybody's going to work together to see that such does not happen again. And that what happened here, like they said, they will get to the root of it. And I'm sure they will get to the root of it.
Has fired back at Peter Obi over his criticism of the trade fair complex demolitions, accusing him of misleading Nigerians about the legality of the affected structures. In a statement released on Wednesday by Gbenga Omotosho, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, the government insisted that the demolished buildings had no valid permits and that the traders were misleading the public about their documentation, adding that they ignored opportunities to regularize their documents during the amnesty declared last year, citing the Nigerian Urban and Regional Planning Act of 1992 and a 2003 Supreme Court ruling. The commissioner emphasized that the physical planning approval for any construction in Lagos must come from state government and that federal boards cannot override the requirement except the exclusive areas such as military formations. Dr. Abati, you know that this trade fair demolition has sparked a fierce debate over regulatory authority and due process. Traders affected by the demolition claim that the Trade Fair Management Board authorized the buildings. Omotosho clarified that the board only has powers to manage leases and tenancies, not granting building approvals. This issue exposes the complex jurisdictional tensions between federal agencies and state authorities in Nigeria's planning framework and highlights the need for a clearer regulatory framework governing such properties. And that's really what it is. We need a clearer governing framework. These affected traders are claiming that they had, the Trade Fair Board approve their buildings. And, the state government is saying it is the state's responsibility to approve buildings. Your thoughts on this?
Okay. Look, let me start with Gbenga Omotosho, who is the Commissioner for Information. He was saying, in response to the protest by traders at the Aspamda, it is otherwise called, the trade fair complex in Lagos, that look, these traders, before they put up their structures, did not receive approvals. They claim that they got the approval from the federal government board, and it was quoting the law in the statement that the Lagos state government put out, namely that, look, yes, you may say trade fair belongs to the federal government, but it is determined in the fiscal planning laws and also in he quoted AG Lagos versus AG Federation. That is the Lagos state government who has control over buildings and all of that. And that an attempt had been made previously to reach out to the traders in Aspamda at the trade fair complex, and they just ignored the Lagos state government and said, we don't have any control, we don't have any business with you. However, I think it is good that Mr. Peter Obi visited the place alongside Senator Abati and also Senator Victor Yume from Anambra Central. Naya is from Abia South. To identify with these persons who are the owners of the structures at the trade fair. However, there was something I saw in the statement. The Igbo traders there, because there's an ethnic dimension to it, they were described as immigrants. Now, a Nigerian cannot be an immigrant inside Nigeria. And I think that we should refrain ourselves, whatever may be the level of provocation, from referring to a Nigerian as a refugee or as an immigrant in his own country.
Can you imagine?
The Constitution of Nigeria, Chapter 4, dealing with fundamental human rights, says, as a Nigerian, you can live anywhere. So this indigenous settler thing has to come to an end. And those who are going on social media referring to Igbos as immigrants in Lagos should know that they have a right to be in Lagos. Just as, where is that your village? Oh, okay, you are from
I'm
Lagos.
Lagos Island.
Okay, she is the one who may be described as an immigrant. But
I live in Lagos.
Mr. Peter Obi made a point by saying that even when government is insisting on laws, insisting on rights, government must operate with justice, with humanity.
This is it.
With a human face.
This is it.
And I think that's just the bottom line of it, so that we do not get all of this reduced to the level of ethnicity. As for Professor Wole Soyinka, I think this is a major achievement for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it's a great credit to the Gowon administration, to the Obasanjo administration, and to everyone involved in this revival, not just of a building, not just of a monument, but of a national pride called the National Theatre of Nigeria, and also to the Bankers Committee, and also to Emefiele, who has other issues with the government. But perhaps this is one thing that we will be remembered for being governor of the central bank, because it was under his watch that all of this was galvanized, and the Lagos State government gave support.
Right.
Professor Wole Soyinka deserves the honor. He says he receives it with mixed feelings and with a sense of nostalgia. But I think it's important that that cultural symbol is named after a man who not only won the Nobel Prize in 1986, but who is also a global citizen and a major source of inspiration for generations of Nigerian literary students and workers, including the speaker.
Fantastic.
As for President Tinubu saying Nigerians abroad should come back home, they should believe in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria first. We all believe in that. But this country should be made an attractive environment.
This is it.
We want Nigerians to come home. Do we have electricity? Do we have good roads? Do we have medical care? Many Nigerians who are abroad, many Nigerians who are Japan, to use a famous phrase, they are doing so because the enabling conditions are not here.
Yes.
When President Tinubu says, come home, put Nigeria first, support your country, don't criticize your country, we should make Nigeria more attractive.
Absolutely.
The pastor of hope, Pastor Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has been preaching hope, he should deliver on that pastoral mandate.
Yes.
And then, of course, they will not need to preach too much for Nigerians abroad to promote their country and to come back home. Over to you, Pastor Tinubu.
Pastor Tinubu, and that is the actual point. I mean, I came back home, just like our beautiful Sobi came back home because she believes in Nigeria. She wanted to see her state, Anambra, thrive. She wanted to be a politician. But we need to continue to encourage our young people out there by putting in policies in place that would, attract them to come back home, really.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.